Kylie Jenner, the iconic entrepreneur and reality television star known for her unapologetic authenticity and deep emotional connections, has always worn her heart on her sleeve, especially when it comes to the furry members of her family who have brought immeasurable joy into her life. In a poignant moment that resonated deeply with her millions of followers, Kylie shared an intimate tribute to her cherished Italian Greyhound, Norman, who sadly passed away after nearly 13 years of unwavering companionship. This loss struck at the core of her being, reminding everyone of the profound bonds we form with our pets, those silent yet ever-present souls who become woven into the fabric of our daily existence. The tribute began with a simple yet evocative caption that captured the essence of pure, unfiltered love. "In loving memory of my sweet Norman. I still remember the day I brought you home." Accompanying these words was a carefully curated carousel of photographs on her Instagram, each one a snapshot of joy, playfulness, and tender moments shared between Norman and the people he held dear. There he was, frolicking with Kylie's other dogs, his slender frame darting gracefully across the lush lawns of her sprawling estate, his ears perked up in that signature greyhound alertness that always seemed to say he was ready for the next adventure. Then came the heart-melting images of Norman interacting with Kylie's two young children, Stormi, the spirited 7-year-old who inherited her mother's fierce determination, and Aire, the 3-year-old bundle of boundless energy whose laughter could light up any room. In one photo, Norman's gentle nose nudged against Stormi's tiny hand as she giggled, feeding him a treat. In another, Aire was curled up beside him on a plush blanket, both lost in a peaceful nap under the warm California sun. Kylie delved deeper into the memories that made Norman irreplaceable, revealing layers of her own vulnerability that few get to see beyond the glamorous facade of her public persona. "I had never loved anything so much," she confessed, her words dripping with the raw ache of retrospection. She recounted how, as a teenager dreaming of the elegance and loyalty of an Italian Greyhound, she had pleaded endlessly with her mother, Kris Jenner, for one of her own. Those childhood longings, filled with sketches of sleek dogs in her notebooks and whispered wishes under the stars, were finally realized in the most magical way imaginable. Norman arrived as her Christmas present when she was just 17, a surprise that unfolded amid the twinkling lights and festive chaos of the Kardashian-Jenner holiday traditions. Wrapped in an oversized bow, or perhaps hidden in a basket lined with soft blankets, Norman's arrival was nothing short of transformative. "You were the best gift I could have received," Kylie wrote, evoking the innocence of that moment when the world felt full of endless possibilities, and a dog's wagging tail could mend any youthful heartache. Over the years, Norman's presence became a constant in Kylie's whirlwind life, a steady anchor amid the highs of launching Kylie Cosmetics into a billion-dollar empire and the lows of navigating high-profile relationships and motherhood. He was there for the late-night brainstorming sessions in her home office, his soft breathing a soothing soundtrack to her creative flows. He trotted alongside her during quiet morning walks through her Beverly Hills neighborhood, where the scent of blooming jasmine mingled with the salty ocean breeze, offering moments of solitude in a life perpetually under the spotlight. Norman attended impromptu family gatherings, his lanky form weaving between legs at barbecues hosted by her sisters, where laughter echoed off the infinity pools and the air was thick with the aroma of grilled delicacies. He even made cameo appearances in her social media empire, though Kylie always ensured his spotlight was gentle, respecting his preference for low-key lounging over red carpet drama. As Kylie reflected on their shared journey, she painted vivid pictures of Norman's quirks that endeared him to everyone fortunate enough to know him. His elegant gait, reminiscent of a dancer gliding across a stage, turned ordinary strolls into ballets of affection. He had this uncanny ability to sense when Kylie needed comfort, whether after a grueling photo shoot that left her exhausted or during those tender evenings when she rocked Aire to sleep, whispering lullabies laced with dreams of a simpler world. Norman would position himself at the foot of the bed, his warm body a silent guardian, his eyes reflecting the moonlight like polished obsidian stones. "Normie, you filled my life and so many others with pure joy," she noted, acknowledging how his spirit rippled outward, touching the lives of her inner circle. Friends who visited her home spoke of Norman's welcoming sniffs and playful nips, how he'd curl up on their laps during movie nights, oblivious to the blockbuster fame of the films playing on the massive screens. Reaching the milestone of almost 13 years was no small feat for a breed like the Italian Greyhound, known for their delicate frames and sensitive natures. Kylie had watched the subtle signs of aging with a heavy heart, the slight hesitation in his steps, the way his once vibrant coat softened to a silvery sheen, the peaceful sighs that grew longer in the afternoons. She had prepared as best one can for such inevitability, consulting with top veterinarians, adjusting his diet to include gourmet, nutrient-rich meals tailored for seniors, and incorporating gentle therapies like acupuncture sessions in her home spa. Yet, preparation is merely an illusion against the tidal wave of grief. Although I knew you were getting older and tried to prepare myself for this day, it doesn't make it any less hard, Kylie admitted, her honesty a balm for anyone who's ever faced the quiet devastation of losing a pet. It's that universal truth. No amount of forewarning dulls the edge of absence, the sudden silence where paws once pattered. The emotional crescendo of her tribute turned toward the silver linings amid the sorrow, those bittersweet threads that weave loss into legacy. Kylie found solace in the knowledge that her children had the privilege of knowing Norman, of forming their own tiny bonds that would shape their understanding of love's depth. Stormi, with her precocious curiosity, had learned responsibility through daily feedings and brushings, her small hands gentle on his fragile frame. Aire, in his toddler explorations, discovered the world through games of chase around the garden, Norman's patient dodges teaching lessons in kindness and rhythm. "It makes me happy knowing my kids got to meet you and love you," she wrote, the emoji of a crying face a digital stand-in for the tears that undoubtedly flowed as she typed. These memories, etched in the album of family lore, promise to endure, passed down like heirlooms during future storytelling sessions around the dinner table.